Yo, villains! If you're anything like me and you're always pressed for time, yet you want to maintain a healthy fitness lifestyle, you know that meal prep is your number one ally. That's why I'm proud to introduce you to Factor. Factor is a weekly meal prep service that focuses on flavor first. Ready in just 2 minutes? You know I had to hop on that joint right there. I was extremely excited when the FedEx drone dropped off the product because I know that these meals are fresh, never frozen. And they have endless plans you can tailor to your needs. They have the vegan and veggie. They have the keto, calorie smart. And the joint that I hopped on was the protein plus. Because you know I'm trying to build muscle and maintain muscle while doing a ton of cardio. Some of the meals I'm gonna get in the future include salmon burgers and bison sausage. I opted for more poultry and seafood this go round, so some of the meals I couldn't wait for was the Alabama style white barbecue chicken and the smoked Gouda macaroni and shredded beef. So head on over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code TOPBILLINFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for an entire year. I had to go with that smoked Gouda macaroni and shredded beef with Parmesan buttered green beans, 40 grams of carbs. That's going to fuel my cardio today. Remember, promo code TOPBILLINFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. And don't just take my word for it. Your boy is all in. Let's go.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. Yo, patreon.com/topbillin is your source for all the full unedited after game reviews as well as content that won't be seeing the light of day on YouTube exclusive to the Patreon. That's patreon.com/topbillin. And people wonder why you go out and get perhaps the most explosive player in the entire league in Rashid Shaheed. He finally coming through with yet another non-offensive touchdown. Right? How many touchdowns on defense and special teams this year for the Seattle Seahawks? When you don't see anybody in the frame when you're running, you could be able to get to your top speed. That's another gear. Some guys are fast. Some guys are really fast. And some guys are Rashid Shaheed fast to where anytime he touches the ball, you get him that joint in space, it could be just like that. But I love how this took shape right here and how tight he kept it, right? You're running it vert, getting good blocks right here, able to keep it, right? Look at that, man. It's almost like you see, right? Almost like a blocked play in the run, right? Boom, able to make somebody miss. Great job of not hitting somebody in the back right here, right? You see it time and time again when some people feel like they're getting out leveraged. Once again, you see another one right here, but he's on the line, right? The whole entire time he's gripping the numbers. Gripping the numbers, baby. What are we doing here? And, of course, the kicker, he had no chance. None at all. Grass, blades chopped. Rashid Shaheed showing you how it's done. Man, imagine if Torrey Horton were also out there. Incredible amount of talent on this damn Seattle Seahawks team. It's crazy to think about Seattle doing all that great defensive work the past handful of games without Julian Love, arguably one of the most, not even arguably, he's one of the most talented players on the team, and he's arguably as good at his job as anybody else on the team doing it. Look at this right here from Kyle Pitts. Able to not pass interference while not even tracking the ball, just reading the eyes and playing the ball through the hands right there. He actually gets his hand on the ball. As soon as he hits, look at this, bang, right on his knuckles. And he dislodges that shit right there, man. Julian Love back in the fray. Imagine when he gets his sea legs back. I mean, Ty Okada did a damn good job in his stead. And you just add in a guy that's even better than that, right? The depth. Oh, my goodness. The main event of the evening. Jackson Smith and Jigba versus AJ Terrell. Lots of history with AJ Terrell. Dating back when I covered Clemson, and of course when I used to cover the Atlanta Falcons, the professional team that I first covered, right, or pretty much, along with the New Orleans Saints, many moons ago. So when I saw that they were letting AJ Terrell shadow Jackson Smith-Njigba, I'm like, man, that is a heavyweight matchup right there. I'm not sure who's going to win that joint. At first, AJ Terrell was having a ton of success, but it's only so long fake thugs can pretend, right? As, man, who said that shit? Man, I'm getting, Jay-Z, of course, right? Only so long fake thugs can pretend. Not saying that's AJ. It's just a saying. It's just a saying. My man AJ Terrell was that Dr. Fauci-style separation circa the first day of the damn pandemic right there. You got man, when Seattle is hell on wheels, when they have routes that start on the outside or even pseudo with the numbers grip or just BO or below the numbers, right, being able to go towards the middle of the field. I don't see how you stop them at all, right? But from a teaching standpoint right here, no hands-on man, AJ Terrell opens up the gate right here, gets that outside leverage on him, but he's already messed up right here. He would have to hope the run or hope the pass is going to the outside, but it's going to the inside, and he continues to run upfield a little bit once Smith-Njigba gets that smooth transition, and there's nothing you can do about it, man. This kid is just too damn good, man. Too damn good. He's the best doing it right now in the league. Ain't that some shit? Mind how quickly things change, right? But the more they change, the more they stay the same, because I have been saying this shit for years. Let's go. And another one, I feel like AJ is in no man's land right here, right? So, except he can't tackle no damn Jackson Smith-Njigba, but the guy's built like a running back, right? Come on, what are we doing here? Wash, rinse, and repeat. Now look at him on the breakdown, right? Taking inventory. Jackson Smith taking inventory and then sticks that foot in the ground, widens him out just to go vert on him. AJ Terrell does a great job of flipping his hips. My man actually stumbles out of the gate right here, right? Secretariat stumbling out of the gate, rumbling, mumbling, stumbling still, but then still able to stick that foot in the ground, run that bender on him, get him some good separation, Dr. Fauci style once again, and AJ Terrell can run. So that bull can run, and it didn't matter. Jackson Smith-Njigba, once again, going towards the middle of the field, and all he can do is whiff with the whiff. And Smith-Njigba strutting in once again. Now, this is how you run the run for your boy Cooper Kupp to catch this boy and get it upfield. Look at Smith-Njigba right here, right? You don't want to get hands on him because you're scared, right? Even somebody as great as AJ Terrell, right? But look at this right here. He's allowed to get through traffic, right? He's just trying to get through as to tie up a couple of guys to try to get through, so he's running his dart route. Can't get to his dart route, so it is what it is. He runs that rub right there, and that is an excellent call and play design by Clint Kubiak. It was getting to be comical, man. Look at this youngin out here on special teams. I mean, young boy right here with a host of A1 defenders, right? You putting your best players out in special teams, that's some shit. That's that New England Patriots shit we used to see back in the day. But they put this dude in a conflict of deployment right here. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's trying to split the difference here. And you got Emmanworri coming off the edges, and look at he turnstile that shit, bro. Wow, turnstile that shit. Word more about the inside, which I'm not so sure is a bad thing, because you would think somebody coming from the outside wouldn't be able to get there. But, man, he's so quick, so long. Look at that. Look at the stretch here. Bang, save some points. Look at that. Look at the length there. The arms, and gets it clean. Mutombo style. I don't think you guys understand how special it is to be able to go into your nickel situations and not lose an ounce on the physicality side. You put Nic Emmanworri in at a nickel position, a nickel back position, and he's essentially a linebacker, right? You can just tell, right? He doesn't look out of place or anything there in the physicality. Watch him approach the line of scrimmage here on the reduction, and then look at him shoot the gap and then dock up, bang. That's gangster. Look at the quickness. Head on the outside and everything. Coming off the second level just like a linebacker, right? Essentially, you can say that he's the weak side linebacker in this situation, right? We'll put it that way. Look at him get under the block here. Fight the hands. Your man is fighting the hands. As a defensive back, Tyler Algier tries to jump cut on him, right? Get back into a gap, and look at him head on the outside. Splaka tire. Look at it a little bit closer. Algier unable to reduce back into a gap, because look at that man. Long arms of the law, head on the outside, wrapping up. Look at that, bro. Look at him leaning like bull. Man, look at this bull slicing right here, traversing through traffic. Oh, my goodness. Oh, right on Bijan Robinson. You know how tough that is right there? And look what he had to do, right? He's running virtually parallel to the line of scrimmage, trying to get by initially Werner here, the tight end, but then scoots even under Peely right here and is able to take a perfect angle the more it was stretched out, and knew that Bijan was going to want to cut it back across the crease right here, right? Was going to want to crease that bad boy and then head on the outside once again. He wants to get you down. That's what I like about him. He's not necessarily out there trying to just lay shoulders into people and lay them out like that, right? He's actually got very good tackling for him, and his tackle percentage, I would imagine, would be very high like that, right? He's bringing the thunder, and he's bringing the technique with it. Coach Macdonald in his bag, and another one, these over straight up center release, right? A center release by a guy. Look at this shit, right? They're fanning. I wonder if this was let me see it right here. I don't think they show it up. Yeah, they're just telling him to take wide approaches, right? He started on the outside, worked to the inside right here. He being Tyrese Knight. Get Knight working on the inside. You even get help coming from that way. You get an outside arc release right here. And then look straight up through both of them. Look what you get. Right through Boye Mafe and Tyrese Knight, Nic Emmanworri with the bone crusher. And then you get Leonard Williams finish it off, right? Snapping his head like a tire. Oh, shit, it's Mike Morris. Mike Morris in the building. How many players do you dudes have on defense? It's like 30 of them motherfuckers. I still think this is going to be his Achilles heel. He's going to have to improve in this area. Now, he's going against perhaps my favorite player in the entire league, North Philly's own Kyle Pitts right here, who I call checkmate. Wherever you put him at, it's checkmate. And, yeah, we seeing right here, this is some good work. That's that Kyle Pitts that I covered when he was at the University of Florida. Exactly how he would do it right here. Let's look at this out a little bit more. Mano y mano right here. Splitting the difference, right? Left hand to the right shoulder pass. So that's not entirely that bad at all, right? You want to use it as a rangefinder, and I think he actually does that. What you want to do is after you do that, though, you want to stop trying to keep two hands on him, right? You already located the range there. Take it off, get into the hip pocket, and turn around and start to locate. You can see him start to locate. Emmanworri does a good job. He gets into the hip pocket right here. This is just, to me, a very good throw, and he's kind of all out of sorts right here. He starts panicking and looking away right here. I don't know if he thought he was away, but then you see he turns away from actually locating the ball and just tries to play the hands through the ball, right? Or the ball through the hands. And look, he's not really even close. That's a great throw by Kirk Cousins, and that is a great catch by checkmate, doing the damn thing like back in the day. That's the weapon that I thought he would be when he was entering the NFL, man. Yo, why you had to do it to my boy Kyle Pitts, though, right? This peanut punch shit is getting out of hand. Cats ain't punching with accuracy right here. And you can see Nic Emmanworri, bink, right to the dome piece of your boy, right? It looked like it hit him right in the jaw. Bang, look at that. Kyle Pitts sent his ass back to his childhood in North Philly right there. Cherries, lemons, and bananas all in his eyes, right? Full tilt. He was done. When you get punched like that and you immediately go down, right, and you go limp and all this shit like that, you know you fucked up right back. He immediately went down from taking one to the dome from Emmanworri right there. Emmanworri took one too, though, because he was up there grimacing this shit with his hand, punching that man right in his shit. Too funny, man. This was a good drawing by Devin Witherspoon. Now, listen, I maintain it. Devin Witherspoon, to me, trash. As a cornerback in man coverage, I don't think he can cover even above average people, right, at the receiver position, and definitely not any of the elite. You told him to get on one of these elite guys. Imagine him going against Jackson Smith and Jigba. It wouldn't even be close. But as a football player, just able to roam around and make plays or get involved in tackles, get involved in pass deflections and just create havoc and all that shit like that, A+, A1. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely get it. I can definitely dig that shit on this particular team with Mike Macdonald, the way he's using these guys like that. Devin Witherspoon is a must. No doubt about that. But once again, here in zone coverage, look at him. Boom. Oh, shit. I'm tripping. Oh, no, he ain't touching anything. Kyle Pitts letting people down again. But he's right there on it, right? He's right in the sight line. He didn't touch the ball. He whiffed on it, but Kyle Pitts ends up brick handing right to Nic Emmanworri, who, once again, he almost misses as well, and it bounced off his helmet, but he stays with it and is able to corral it. Look at that. Good shit right here, right? Witherspoon and Emmanworri were literally everywhere. It had to have been at least 2-3 of them mugs on the field at all times, right? They cloned these boys, and they was just all around the ball. That shit was fun to watch, right? Very similar players, even though they're in way different frames. Now, it was good to see your boy Big Jaron Reed back with that bionic hand, right? The man with the bionic hand. But upon further review of this particular forced fumble, you know what it is? The long arms of D-Law. DeMarcus Lawrence, look at this. Who makes first contact with the ball, right? You see a white glove on the ball. That's DeMarcus Lawrence's hand, right? Unless your boy Jaron Reed has two right hands, which I wouldn't put past him, right? Two, look at that. That's all DeMarcus Lawrence right here. Jaron Reed didn't even touch him. Look at that. Hopefully they correct that shit right there, because if you look coming up, you'll see that number 0 here by DeMarcus Lawrence. You see it? That's him with the white glove. Number 0 right here. Ain't that some shit right there? That man be everywhere. But, of course, your man Jaron Reed was in on it too, but that definitely was first contact enforced out by one DeMarcus Lawrence, and then Kobe Bryant whiffs, and then Devin Witherspoon gets to join and acts like he forced the fumble and doing all this. Come on, man. However, from Jaron Reed's standpoint, to be able to get back into that play, I love responder, right? All EMT team first responding, but Jaron Reed is right there as well after getting chopped, man. Coach Macdonald has himself won, man. I cannot marvel enough with the job that he's done and with the job John Schneider did, of course, assembling these guys, man. This shit is cool, right? Ernest Jones right there. But look at right there, DeMarcus Lawrence in on that joint. And then look at just those 3 players right there, man. Jones, Lawrence, Reed. Ooh, man. Bijan Robinson coughing it up. Witherspoon back at it again, right? Look at him fighting through Kyle Pitts' tackle here. Now, Sills just fucks this up, right? Really bad, right? Atlanta got to get some better talent beyond London Pitts, Mooney, and Bijan Robinson and Algier, right? They still need some guys out there, but we see this right here. This hits this man's in his wrist and shit like that. And Witherspoon's there, always just causing havoc, it just seems like. Johnny on the spot right there. And this looks, usually in this scenario here, you usually see the ball just hit the ground. People jumping up to get this shit, including Sills and Derek Carr. And then it just goes right to Witherspoon. Now I was looking, yeah. Oh, Sills actually knocks it out of Derek Carr's hand and right into the chest of Witherspoon. And he gets himself the first pick or whatever like that. The first. Now, if you look at this, you block the man who's in front of you. It's really that simple, right? You initially start somewhere, like right here, Oluwatimi right here. He's initially on Kentavia Street, but they're wrapping Arnold Ebikete around here. Obviously, he's going to redirect his attention to Ebikete, so it'll be up to whomever's on the inside to then worry about streets, which would be Gray Zabel. So to me, Gray Zabel is in good position as well to be able to correct that if Street's coming around in his direction. So that would be K and Ellis coming around here. You would need Charles Cross, right, to disengage and then close off the gate backside. He doesn't do that, and Zabel has to vacate because Ellis is coming down that way. He gets super deep, and they just essentially let Street go right into Sam Darnold. It's a poor angle. I would like to have that with the all-22 or the sideline cam angle, or the end zone angle, actually, and be able to show you that a little bit better. But you get the gist of what I'm saying right there. That was pretty bad on Charles Cross. All right, so I'm going to come back on the all-22 and try to hone in on the offense this week on the Patreon. I wanted to see about the run game. The run game looked a little bit different to me. Now, some of this shit is going to skew. You had a long-ass run right here by Zach Charbonnet. So, I don't know, right? You got Kenneth Walker here with 10 carries for 29 yards, a 2.9 average, 6.6 for Charbonnet with that 27 attached to it. Velus Jones out here, right? Velus Jones playing running back? Is that that's what we was doing right here? Velus Jones as a running back? What are we doing here? Okay, I like that shit. I always loved his skill set as kind of a tweener anyway. And of course, Sam Darnold, man, I thought he was doing his thing. I wanted to go over that turnover that he had, which looks like it was just him trying to be Yosemite Sam Darnold. But we can do that with the all-22. And then flipping it around, right? I want to see them run the ball and stop the run. Bijan Robinson didn't totally get off right. He's a hard dude to stop. He's great. He's great, no doubt about that. I still have reserves about picking a running back that high. And as you can see, these dudes are 4-9 picking a running back that high. Yeah, when I talk about, I don't even want to mention this shit, right? Jalen Carter, right? I know how you people obsess over the Philadelphia Eagles to the point where some of you crash out. Like, the shit is weird, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to be Eagles fans so bad. Just stay on your team, right? Just talk to me on Seattle Seahawks content. I've said this 50 million times. Just talk to me over there or over here with the Seahawks content, and everything will be all good. I don't want to talk to nobody not from around here about the Philadelphia Eagles. That's just my prerogative, right? But when I talk about Jalen Carter and people passing on Jalen Carter, it wasn't necessarily Seattle. I was mostly thinking about Atlanta. Atlanta had a chance to get Jalen Carter, and they got Bijan Robinson, and I think that was a huge mistake. As great as he is there, but it's only so much he can do. I think Jalen Carter would change their team. But you can see right here, 4.3 average for Bijan Robinson. Algier didn't get in. He's a really good running back as well. Only 11 was his longest run. And you see Kirk Cousins with a 50% completion percentage, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 38.5 rating. And they weren't doing that bad. Weren't doing that bad at all right there. Jackson Smith and Jigba more in line with what he had been doing before, even though he was being guarded by the great AJ Terrell. Rashid Shaheed showing up. So I like a lot of this shit that I saw in this particular game. I know people are not going to really care because it's the Atlanta Falcons and they have a 4-9 record or whatever like that. But I think they're more talented than people give them credit for. And, I'll have to leave it at that with that particular team there. But Seattle 10-3, 6-1 on the road, right? The Road Warriors continue there. And we shall see, man. I happen to think a lot of this Seattle team, and this is playing out exactly how I figured it would play out. You have to say Seattle, I know they have to prove it. They lost to both the 49ers and the Rams. They still have to prove it, but I think they're every bit as good as those two teams. And I don't want to say they're better than the teams that they lost to. So we'll have to see on the run back and see how it goes with both of those teams there. But if they do get through both of those teams, they might be the favorite in the NFC, straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? Not crazy because I said it, right? It reminded me of that Atlanta Falcons team way back in the day with Dan Quinn in that second year, and they were able to get it together and find their style. Seattle doing just that. Destroying it, all right? But check me out on that Patreon, patreon.com/topbillin. Make sure you get your factor boxes as well, man. It's time. It's almost January. I know some of you people going to have those New Year's resolutions and shit like that. Make factor a part of that, right? Get your meal prep together. Flavorful. I'm not joking. That shit is good. Let's go.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.